All right, Amy. Amy and I are together here, and we're looking at Booj, and I just wanted to go over this with you guys and show you just something really quick that I think will be a great benefit to you. Remember, we talk about KPIs. We talk about the things that you need to focus on and be paying attention to in your business every day. So we wanted to show you how to implement that into Booj and how to use Booj as a tool for you to be able to follow up and stay on track. So first, our KPIs are how many hot prospects do we have? How many pendings do we have? Okay, those are the two things that we're going to be focusing on most, as well as how many active contacts you're making. But for today's video, we're going to look at how many active hot prospects do we have and how many pending sales do we have. So what we have here is the Booj screen, the database, and it's the deal pipeline because we want to be able to look at your pipeline. And you see here, Amy has in her pipeline under prospects, there's multiple prospects. So a prospect is going to be somebody maybe that you just met at an open house. Maybe there'll be someone that you've been talking to and you think they're going to turn into a customer, or you met them, they called in off of a sign or whatever else. Create them as a deal, and I'm going to explain why we want you to do that. You're going to create them as a deal right away, but they're going to be a prospect deal. Just meaning that we want to track to see how our conversion is working on these prospects. And it's going to give you a little bit of motivating information there because see, once you create the prospect and you put their estimated commission in there because you know that they're looking for a house up to 200,000 or 300,000 or 100,000, whatever it is, it's going to calculate the commissions for you. So it's going to say you have 3 prospects, 10 prospects, 100 prospects, and you have however many dollars in commissions that are available. Now, the difference is going to be when you move to active. Active are going to be your hot prospects, the people that you're actually working with, driving around in your car, and you're expecting to write an offer on any day or at the maximum within the next 30 days. Okay, so these are the people you're out showing, and you just have to find that new home, that perfect home. So they're going to be the ones that are going to be in your deal pipeline under active, and you'll see that that calculates out the number of deals and the commission there as well. The next step is obviously going to be your pendings. So how many pendings do you have? So if you remember from our KPI calls and how we talk about this, if I have 0 pendings, I should be on red alert. I should be ready. I need to be working extra hard. I need to be extra focused, and I need to really be paying attention to my prospects and my hot prospects so that I don't miss anyone. Because if I'm going without a pending, it means I need a pending right away. Okay, because we always want to have 2, 3, or more things pending at any given time. So what we're going to do is I'm going to have a great call list here. I'm going to go through and I'm going to work through some of these prospects. I'm going to see if I can get them into the car. Okay, or I'm going to be out there showing, Amy's out there showing Walter today. We're going to say, how can we get him to actually write an offer? So what we're going to do is we're going to look at those 2 things and show you how simple it is to add somebody into your deal pipeline and create them as a prospect, and then also create them as a hot prospect, and then even convert them over to a pending. So what I'm going to ask Amy to do first is go ahead, and she's got a prospect. She's going to make some calls today. So Amy's going to make some calls. She clicks on Paul Boone. She's going to look at Paul Boone, who's out, she met at an open house or called off of a sign wherever he came in, and she's going to set an appointment to start actively looking things for him. Now, you'll have to use your imagination for the call. You'll have to use your imagination for all of that stuff that's happening. But I want Amy to just show you how simple it is to come here and change Paul from a prospect to basically an active or hot prospect.
Okay, so we're just going to go in. This is Paul's information. This is what he's pre-approved for. And we are going to move him from a prospect to an active buyer. So
great. So all you had to do there was just click the active link, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, great. So you see the prospect has been checked off in green and it's now active in dark. So it's showing you that that's what we're working on. They're an active hot prospect now. Now, if there's any notes you needed to make or any other information, we can talk about that stuff later. We can look into those things later. But for right now, I just want you to get excited and see how you can keep track of your business, how you can keep track of your prospects and pendings and so forth. So now we'll go back to the deals pipeline and we'll take a look at it and see how it's changed. Okay, great. So now I have 2 prospects that I've been working with, and I have 2 active prospects or hot prospects that are likely to give me $12,000 in pending commissions this month. So luckily and exciting, Walter decided to write an offer today. So Amy had some showings with Paul and some showings with Walter. Walter decided that found the house that he's going to like. So we're going to convert him from this active prospect simply by clicking the pending underlink there. And it's going to ask you to confirm it. And then boom, now we've moved them into a pending deal. So at any moment in time, you can go back into your database and you're back into your deal sheet, and you'll be able to look at that deal sheet and you'll know where your business is standing, which will go perfect with these KPIs that we've been talking about. So Amy, let's jump back to the deals tab again. And so now see what we have. We have prospects. We have $18,000, and that's only with 2 prospects. So imagine all the prospects. I think one of the agents was telling me the other day they had 17 people come through their open house. And of the 17 people, they had 4 good potential prospects. So that means they could have 4 prospects added over here that they're trying to engage with. It's going to be way over $18,000. That should be super, super motivating for you to be thinking, wow, if I need money, here's where I go. I go to my prospect bin and I try to move them over and get them active and engaged. So now I see in my active pipeline of hot buyers in the next 30 days, I have 4,500. That's exciting, but at the same time, I need a couple more people in that active pipeline. It's always good to have 3, 4, 5 people in that active stage. And then in prospects, you may have 5, 10, 15, 20 or more people in there. And then pendings, I have 1 pending now. So that's great. I got out of my rut there and I got a pending. That pending's worth $7,500 and I'm waiting for the closing. So this was just a simple, quick overview for you guys to realize how you can stay track of your business simply by doing a little bit of tracking in Booj, adding your contacts in, and using the deal pipeline. Okay, and using the deal pipeline for prospects. Okay, that's not something that I think everybody's doing. I think you're waiting until you write an offer, but this is so you have a great, easy to follow, like almost like spreadsheet view here of who to work with and how much it's worth to you in the end. So I hope you found that helpful. Amy, if there's anything else you want to add into that or anything I left out or forgot?
Nope, I think that's great. It's a quick snapshot of your business.
All right, great. So thank you, Amy, for doing that. Thank you guys for watching. Hopefully you'll start implementing this and start using this because I think this will really help you keep track of your business, keep your business on your mind and know where it's going and what's coming up and keep you from having those low months. You know, real estate always goes up and down a little bit, but we want to limit how low it goes. Okay. We want it to be, you know, always have 1 or 2 things closing each month. And then on your busy months, you may end up with, you know, 3, 4, 5 things closing. That's super exciting, but we want to limit. We don't want it to go down to 0 or you have multiple months with 0. That's a red alert. That's when you should be reaching out to us before that. You should be reaching out saying, hey, I don't have enough prospects or I don't have enough hot prospects or my pendings keep falling through. What's going on? You got to reach out so that we can help you. So anyway, I hope you guys found that useful and we'll have more to come down the road. Thanks a lot.